It's Monday, April 13th, among the reeds and cattails, a perfect backdrop, especially for a lot of the action that's going on now in our region. Good morning, it's Jim Hutchinson from the New Jersey Delaware Bay edition of the Fisherman Magazine, and these are the types of spots along the back bays and rivers that have started to really heat up in recent days. The Tuckahoe River, along the Delaware River. We've got reports from the Great Egg, and of course the Mullica. First reported catches of striped bass keepers along the Raritan as well. We'll get into all that in just a second. The big news was last week we finally got our regulations in New Jersey for the 2015 season. Real quick, let's go through it. Summer flounder fluke, 5 fish, 18 inches, will kick off on May 22nd. Circle that in your calendar. Make sure you figure out who's sailing. May 22nd, our fluke season opens. The black sea bass, that will kick into gear on May 27th. That'll run through the 30th of June with 15 fish. Kicks off again July 1st through July 31st with just 2 fish. And again, it'll start again on October 22nd through December 31st with 15 fish. The bag is fluctuated, but the size limit will be 12.5 inches this year. That's on black sea bass in New Jersey. And of course, striped bass, everybody wants to know about the bonus program. Well, that commercial quota that has been allocated to the recreational community with game fish status for striped bass in New Jersey, it's going to be a slot fish, very similar to what Connecticut has had in the last few years. 1 fish between 24 and 28 inches, that's good for every tag that you get, but keep this in mind. When the commissioner signs off on that later on this month into early May, the suspension of the striped bass bonus program will take effect. It will not kick off again until September 1st. You can get the full details from that meeting in the New Jersey Marine Fisheries Council last week. If you go to thefisherman.com, select Fishing News, that's under the Fishing Reports tab at the top. Fishing Reports, of course, is where you can get all this week's action. And like I said, it does include striped bass. We're down in Delaware. Some folks from the Delaware Mobile Surf Fishermen's Association, they finally got in on some striped bass out front in Cape Henlopen. We're getting some reports from Broadkill Beach, Augustine as well, Augustine Beach. So the striped bass action is kicking up into gear along the Delaware River, as a matter of fact. Chris McEntee sent us this photo. Great big fish that he released on the Delaware River. Nice job. You'll find that one still swimming someplace. If it takes your chunk, good for you. On the front beaches, we're getting some action as well. Young Owen Lynch submitted a photo to Jingles in Beach Haven. Owen, he had a 23-incher on clam on the front side beaches, so that's good to hear about that. I mentioned the rivers. Striped bass, Raritan have struck. The Raritan beaches have struck with striped bass along Cliffwood and Union Beach. All good news up there. Captain Rick Warner was the first guy that I know of got out in the boat, took Art Berkman and party out clamming on the Lawrence Harbor, right out there around Lawrence Harbor on the Raritan. They scored with a lot of shorts on Friday and on Sunday as well, so the boats are finally getting them when they can get out. Interesting note, a lot of bunker have shown up. You've got some bunker in the Raritan Bay. I've heard of bunker pushing way back in the Great Bay up around Graveling Point. Riptide took this picture, great shot. It looks almost like fall fishing where you expect the gannets to be jumping down. But we've got reports in this week's edition. Avalon Hodgepodge says stripers were chasing bunker on the South Jersey beaches. That's really a good sign. It seems like the action's kicking in the front and the back, and with a nice warming trend this week, should be plenty of great action. Winter flounder reports still coming in. I know a lot of people aren't fishing for winter flounder because the bag limit's so low, but Nick Cicero says some of the blackbacks are getting big in Barnegat Bay. So folks that are actually getting out and trying it are finding some big winter flounder, filling bags rather quickly, I would guess you'd say too. The trout season is underway in all of our states. Congratulations to Alex Kochman, age 4. He was out with his dad Chris recently and hooked up with this nice trout. Congratulations, Alex. That was weighed in at L&H Woods and Water in Wall Township. So people are scoring. They're not just reading the reports, as grumpy Tom Hansen would say. They're not just reading the reports, they're making reports. So I encourage you to do the same. Go to thefisherman.com, check out this week's reports, and I'll see you in the reports next week on The Fisherman and thefisherman.com.
To receive the latest fishing reports, subscribe to The Fisherman's YouTube page. Click subscribe, then click the settings button and check Send Me Updates. You'll now receive notifications of the latest Fisherman YouTube videos and reports. If you're already a subscriber, make sure you've checked Send Me Updates in the settings so you receive the latest notifications.